Hello and welcome to a session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through class. Let's go ahead and come on up to our feet and we'll get started. All right, you're gonna need your short bands today for warm up, or if you have them, then you can use them. You don't have to have them. Definitely make a do without. All right, spinal cord breathing. Bring your feet in front of the hips, toes straight ahead. Want to bring your arms up and around, forearms together, palms together. We're going to start by rounding down, chin to the chest, tuck the hips under, and now on the inhale, we're going to lift and open. So lift, breathe in, open up, turn the head up towards the sky, divide the arms and open the chest. On the exhale, close it all back down. Gently send the air out of the lungs, close down, hug in, and then there's your rhythm. Spend about another 30 to 45 seconds here, warming up the spine, connecting to the breath. Bring yourself into presence. Nice and smooth as you breathe here. Gradually wake it up and open up. We're going to go one more cycle after this. Breathe deep. Divide and open. And finish on your exhale. Once you finish that last exhale, go ahead and relax your arms down to the side. Step your feet just a little bit wider. We're going to go side stretch next. So we'll bring the arms back up to overhead, root down into your legs, and then nice and gentle. You're going to take it over to one side. Nice long stretch. And then up to center and take it the other way. Gently lean away. Very good. We're going to go twice more to each side. Sticking with a general side stretch on this one, and then we'll add a gentle rotation on the third time. Good. Back to center. Take it the other way. Fantastic. All right. So we'll lift up, take it into that side bend. You can grab the wrist, that top arm, and then gently rotate that downside shoulder, peer up towards the ceiling. Breathe into wherever you feel that tension, and then come on up and release. Same thing, second side. Stretch up nice and long. Keep lifting up out of those hips into that side bend. Gently turn that downside shoulder, peering up towards the ceiling. Breathing there, and then up and release it all down. Fantastic. Side step, arm swing. Shake it out. All right, we've got two main pieces to the session today. First part, glute activation, midline, and then we get into some breathing work and a little bit of strength work. So let's go open up those hips next with some hip circles, rotating the hips around 3 to 5 times each way. Great time to smile. Welcome yourself into the day. Sometimes you feel a little silly when you start rotating the hips around. So just be with it. Fantastic. All righty, from these hip circles, we're going to place one foot down, lift everything up, going into our quad stretch. So work on your balance here if you feel stable, grabbing that one foot. Continue to lift up out of that support leg, and we're pulling the heel towards the same side glute. Very nice. Continue to stand tall as you pull the heel towards the backside. Roll your shoulder back as well. Lifting tall. We're going to go about another 10 seconds here. As that thigh starts to lengthen, just drive the leg back slightly more. And 2, 1, go ahead and release. Shake that out. Same thing, other side. Place the foot down, lifting up, shoulders back and down. Come onto that one leg. Grab the foot. And here we go. Very good. Welcome. We're on the second leg. Very nice. Now don't let yourself slouch down. Keep lifting up, grip the toes. About 12 more seconds here. Very nice. As that leg starts to lengthen, you can think about just gently driving the thigh back. Add a little bit more. 2, 1, and shake it out. Very good. All right, we're going to go open up those inner thighs, and then we're going to get into our first circuit. So we'll go Cossack stretch. With that nice wide base stance, feet well outside the hips, reach the arms out for that counterbalance. Root down into your feet, and then you're going to take it into a side lunge, keeping the heel planted, driving the knee out over the foot. And I'm trying to keep the feet of both sides planted down. So sometimes people will rock off the sole of the foot. Keep both soles planted. We're looking to open up that inner thigh. And then just on your own, side to side, 2, 3, 4 times, depends upon how long you like to stay down there and open up. Really emphasizing hips back, heel down, and chest as tall as you can. So you want to kind of avoid this forward posture position. Stay as tall as possible as you sink to the side. Very good. Shoulders down out of the ears. Maybe once more each side. Over, up, and back over. All right, fantastic. Walk it in. And then just last piece before we start into it, you want to get your band ready, and then we're going to come down to all fours, and we're going to just roll out the forearms. Not roll out, but we'll stretch out the wrists and prep those forearms because we got some support on the hands today. So you can start just gently rolling the wrist around. Wake all those small muscles up. Very good. And then from there, we're going to place the hands down, palms down, fingers point in towards you. Spread those fingers nice and wide and just gently lean back. Get a nice stretch through the forearms, down into the palms. Keep focused on that breath as you stretch here. Good time to kind of breathe in and out the nose best as able. Let's go one more breath. And come off those hands. Come back up, shake them back out. Very good. And then last time we're going to go down. This time instead of palms down, you're going to go palms up. So you'll hold most of the weight in your legs. Set the palms down. Set the hands down with the palms up. And then you'll gently sit back from here, rock side to side. This tends to be a little bit more sensitive on this side of the wrist and forearms. So be gentle, nice and light. All right, fantastic. Shake those out. And then let's go ahead and get a little drink of water. Come on back up. You can put the band around the legs if you're going to use it. And I recommend a little bit of a lighter band this time because we're going to be doing some lateral walks and a little bit of squatting at the end. So don't use your heaviest band in your collection. A little bit lighter. We're going to be going about 45 seconds of each. And we'll go from the banded walk to a plank shoulder tap, and then be coming onto our backs for a glute bridge. So we'll kind of keep the band on our body as we move through here. All right, we're going to start in 10 seconds. If you're not quite ready, just join us when you are. I'm putting the band right below the knees, below, above, at the ankles, all different options here. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Come down to a little quarter squat. And then we're going to start stepping out. Depending upon your space, you're going to go 3 to 5 steps to the side. And then when you get to the end of your space, one solid squat, heels planted, sit those hips back, come on down, driving the knees out the whole time. After that one squat, make your way back to the other side. Same thing when you get to that other side. One solid squat before you keep it going to the next. We're about halfway through. Very good. Really drive those knees wide. Push out against the band as you squat. All right, fantastic. Sitting back, coming up, and that will be the last one. Go ahead and finish out where you are, and we're going to get ready to come down into the plank. So we'll walk it out on your knees or on your hands. And the idea on this one is a plank shoulder tap. So with the hands nice and wide, you'll shift your weight to one arm, bring the hand to that shoulder, and then shift your weight to the other side, hand to the opposite shoulder. And when you're ready, here we go. 45 seconds on this set. If you do have anything going on at the wrist, if it doesn't feel good to support your body weight through one arm, hang out on 2 hands or come down to your forearms and just hold a solid forearm plank. Grip those fingertips down, lifting up as you shift sides. Very good. That's 30 seconds. We're going for 45 total. And also, if you're someone that feels a little bit unstable to go all the way up to the shoulder for that shoulder tap, you can shift your weight side to side and just simply lift the hand up and the other hand up. And there's our rest break, everybody. Go ahead and come on down off your hands. Take a moment, drop your hips back, come into child's position for just a moment. A little bit of a modification here. Open up that upper body, and then when you're ready, go ahead and come on out and take it onto your back. We're going glute bridges next, with the band still around the legs. Shoulder blades back and down, knees bent. 2, 1, and just work your way into it. First bridge of the day, rolling those hips back, gently bringing them up and forward as you drive out against your band. Don't feel like you have to go all the way up on that first rep. Go ahead and bring those hips back down. And then same thing when you're ready, gently driving those hips up. As you get a little bit higher with the hips, start to give some attention to the upper spine and neck area. So you'll pull your chin in, lengthen the back of the neck as you come into that upper bridge. Good, and continue to breathe. 30 seconds done. Just a couple more reps here. We're going to be turning it over for our down dog knee to elbow next. And I do recommend you're going to need to take 1 foot out of your band to do this next one. And 3, 2, 1, go ahead and release. So make sure you take 1 foot out of that band. You can take the whole thing off if you want, but I'm just going to keep it around one leg. See how that turns out. And then we're rolling it over. For the down dog knee to elbow, you're going to take a nice wide handprint underneath each shoulder. Turn those toes under. Hips are going to drive nice and high, just like a traditional down dog. And then you're going to bring your weight forward onto the shoulders and bring your knee towards the same side elbow. And that's your exercise. Push back into down dog, alternate sides. Bring the opposite knee to that same side elbow. And we're going to go 45 seconds from here. Nice smooth breathing. Driving back. Really key as you bring that knee forward to think about kind of like caving and rounding your torso up so you don't collapse. So it's almost kind of like a little bit of a hollow body as you drive that knee in. And I breathe in as I drive into down dog, and I exhale as I pull that knee in towards that same side elbow. Holding nice and strong through the mid body. That's 30 seconds, everyone. Another 15. Anytime you need to take a break, listen to the body. This will be the end of set 1, and then we'll go back to our banded walks. One more here in 3, 2, 1, transition. Here we go. Take about 30 seconds. Grab your band, grab a drink of water, and then we'll be back to it. We're going to go just a little bit longer on the banded walk. Get a couple more passes in. All right. Going in 5. Join us when you're ready. We're going to spend about just a little over a minute more than likely. Chest nice and tall. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Start to walk it out. Midline strong as you bow forward. And then when you get to the end of your space, one solid squat, heels planted, knees driving wide. Fantastic. Chest up. Solid. And you see I use a couple different variations. Sometimes I reach my arms out, focus on keeping the shoulders down out of the ears. And other times I do kind of like a little prayer position, holding the hands in front of my body. So vary it up, whatever feels best for you. Key position is head up, long spine, and paying attention to the knees as you walk and as you squat. Fantastic. That's our 45-second mark. Let's go about another 10 to 20 seconds here. Sinking it back. Definitely more than 10. Sinking it back. Good. Woo. Get those glutes afire. Nice work. Good to see your faces. Finishing out this one here. And 3, 2, 1. Transition. All right, we'll take 15 seconds, bringing it down to the floor. Plank shoulder taps are next. Splay those fingers nice and wide, like you got some starfishes attached to the end of the arms. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go, midline strong. Gently shifting that weight to one side, back to center, and the other. You can go for speed on these, or you can go for control and how slow and controlled can you move. If you are going for speed and moving fast, just make sure you stay stable as you go. You need to grip those hands down, especially on that side that's supporting. We're over 30 seconds in, 10 seconds left. Keep your head nice and neutral, looking right down at the hands. 2, 1, transition. Onto your back for the bridges. Knees bent, feet flat, and bringing the band up just above the knees this time. 2, 1, here we go. Roll the hips back, driving them up and forward. I recommend holding at the top for about 2 to 3 seconds before you bringing it back down. Every rep, we're trying to wake up a little bit more of those glute muscles. Say hello to all those fibers in there. Sometimes they get dormant, or not sometimes, oftentimes a lot of those muscle fibers get dormant, so it's up to us to tap them on the shoulder, wake them up. I don't know if muscle cells have shoulders. Muscle fibers. Fantastic, we're almost there, controlling down. Let's get one more good bridge in. Hips up and forward, chin in, knees out. 3, 2, 1, and release. Fantastic, we're rolling it over. Take the band off or one leg out. Down dog, knee to elbow is next. Alrighty, back to those starfish hands. Place them down, grip the floor. Drive those hips nice and high to start. And we're going same side. Breathe in as you drive back into down dog. Exhale as you bring it forward. Well done. Opening that mid back. Fantastic. Coming up on that 30-second mark. Very good. Continue to hollow through that mid back as you bring those legs up and forward. Do one more here. 2, 1, and rotate. Good job. Greatly come out of that. We'll take about another 30 seconds. If you want to change up the band you're using, this will be our last time through. Go from that moderate band to a heavier. See how that fares me. All right, feel free to grab a drink of water. We go here in about 10 seconds. All right, everybody, 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, stepping it out. Eyes up, chest up, breathing as you move. Gripping those toes down, sending those knees wide. Fantastic, great depth in those squats. Holding strong in the bottom. Nice thing about the band, it kind of forces you not to collapse down into the bottom. You have to have that awareness as you're driving out, coming down. Excellent. Many of us are in sync here. That's kind of fun. Woo. Good. Building strength in the legs, the stabilizer muscles of the hips. Not only to keep our body nice and firm and looking and feeling good, but the feeling part and the moving part, the functionality is what we really want. Our culture drills into us that fitness is all about how we look, but really doesn't it need to be about how we feel in our body. That's a minute, everybody. We got about another 15 seconds here. You want to feel strong, you want to feel confident and capable. You can go out and live your life, climb some mountains with your grandkids if you want. Just have that freedom. All right, everyone, take it back to your starting position. And 2, 1, rotate. Final round of plank shoulder taps, making your way down. All right, take a nice wide handprint. Place it down, going in 2, 1. Here we go. Hips nice and level. Onto our last round of plank shoulder taps. Bring your eyes so you're looking straight down between the hands. Really emphasize that you're lifting up out of that support shoulder as you shift from side to side. You can feel those hips adjust as well. That midline shifts the weight. See how little of a visible shift you can have. So really holding tight as you go side to side. Fantastic. Already over 30 seconds in, just 10 seconds left. Taking it onto our back for our glute bridges next. 2, 1, and transition. All right, roll it around the back. Should have that band just up above the knees. Shoulder blades back and down. And 3, 2, 1, when you're ready. So we focused on a lot of fire to those glutes, waking up those muscle fibers of the backside. You can also give some attention to like the pelvic floor and all those muscles. You can imagine if you're trying to stop your stream when you're going to the restroom. Those are all those smaller muscles as well. We want to keep those active and strong. The older we get, never hurts to start young either. Paying attention, holding strong, and breathe as you contract that lower area. So try not to hold your breath as you're focusing to squeeze there. Very nice. Let's go 2 more reps here. Hold for 3 seconds at the top. So pulling that chin in, lengthening the back of the neck. 3, 2, 1, relaxing down. Let's get 1 final rep here. Last round of these. Driving those hips up, holding for a full 3 at the top. 2, 1, and release. All right, everyone, if you're using that band, let's go ahead and take it off the legs. Just have 1 more exercise left in this series. Our down dog, knee to elbow. We've been doing the same side knee to elbow. If you want to vary it up on this 3rd round, you can start to bring the knee across the body to the opposite elbow. So spread those fingers, turn the toes under, coming on up. So you'll push back into down dog. And then if you want that variation, you'll bring your knee across to the opposite elbow. Pushing up and back, and then bringing it across. So it brings a little bit of a twist into the picture. Good. Breathe in as you push back. Exhale as you bring yourself up and forward. Very good. Fantastic. Couple more here. Let's get about 1 more each side. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. Fantastic. Go ahead and come on down to the knees. Let's give a break off those hands for a second. Shake them out. Very good. If you're comfortable to sit down here on your legs for a moment, or you can come up to kneeling if it feels better. We're going to go behind the back stretch. Interlace the hands behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Extend those elbows and open through the chest. Chin in, lengthen. Very good. And then go ahead and release there. We're going to open up the inner thighs a bit next. So we're going to place the hands back down underneath the shoulders, and we're going to pick a side to start on. I'm going to extend my left leg straight out, and then from here we're doing our rock backs, opening the inner thigh, bringing the hips back towards that opposite heel. Very good. Rolling forward and rolling back. All right, we've got 1 more circuit coming up. 4 sets is a longer piece here. We're going to be doing 45 seconds of some squatting, with or without weight. When you're ready, go ahead and switch legs on this hip opener. And then we're going to be doing some burpees. So up to you if you want to include the full push-up of the burpee, or if you want to just have your bottom position be the top of a push-up. Always also the option to do an elevated burpee where you take your hands onto the couch, a box, a bench, and just step or jump the feet back. All right, once you've finished up opening the inner thigh on that opposite leg, bring the knees in so that they can touch. And we're going to go our quadruped hip rock next. So midline strong, and just very gently bringing the legs and hips to one side, and then up and across, same thing other side. Stretching out those lateral part of the hips, a little bit into that low back area. And back to this last workout after those burpees. Then we're going to lie down for some sit-ups and then roll over for some mountain climbers. 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds between exercises. It's going to be a challenge day. Let's take it into child's position. Couple breaths there. And then we're going to go into down dog one last time to give some focus on the calves, stretching out those lower legs, and then we'll make our way up to our feet. So go ahead and hips up in the air. One more down dog for this part of the hour. This time with some love to the calves, walking out those heels. We don't have any jumping or bouncing today, except for that burpee if you want to add a little jump at the top, or you can just stand up and reach to overhead. When you're done with that calf walk, walk the feet in, walk the hands in, come on up. All right, let's get some water once you get back up to your feet. I do recommend some kind of pad or mat for your sit-ups if you're on a hard floor. And let's go ahead and warm up a couple squats because we did quite a few in the warm-up, but just in case, if you want to add some weight this time, if you feel better, just go about 3 to 5 nice and controlled squats. If anyone's got anything going on that it doesn't work to squat, you can do a deadlift, or you can even do like a weighted farmer's walk for that first series. Otherwise, go ahead and warm up that squat, driving the knees out, keeping those heels planted. 3 to 5, nice and smooth. Fantastic. And we have 4 sets. So if you're not really familiar with these movements, use the first round to kind of watch. I'll be talking us through it as we move. Those of you that know what you're doing, know these movements, you can just go right into it. Like I said, 4 rounds, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. Make sure you pace yourself. And as always, if you want a little bit more rest, a little less work, if you're feeling a little bit more fatigued today or just building back into your fitness program, I'll do my best to give us that 30-second notice each exercise. Otherwise, we're going to start with our squats here in about 15 seconds for set 1. If you're still warming up, keep them unweighted. I'm going to be holding some weights in each hand. Other times I'll hold them 2 weights or 1 weight in 2 hands. Set those feet, slight toe out. 2, 1, and begin. Breathing and moving here. First of 4 rounds. Once again, the order we're going to be working through is going to be squats, burpees, sit-ups, and the good old mountain climber. Good job. Keeping that nice smooth rhythm, standing tall at the top, squeezing the glutes as you open those hips, consistent on your depth in the bottom. Fantastic. That's 30 seconds. Keeping your eyes up, looking straight ahead. And bringing those elbows up and forward if you're holding some weights. You don't want those arms to drop down. It's going to bring your chest down. 2, 1, transition. 15 seconds rest. Burpees are next. And I'm going to show the elevated burpee first, and then I'll take it to the floor. Going in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. For the elevated burpee, my hands stay elevated. My feet step back. I step up. I reach up. Obviously, the lower my surface, the harder it's going to be. The higher the surface, the easier it's going to be. Whether you're going to the floor or an elevated surface, if you're stepping your feet back, try to alternate which foot steps up and then which foot steps back so that each sides of the hips get some equal movement there. All right, that's the first 30 seconds. Currently, I'm doing the no push-up version of the burpee. If you want to take it all the way to the floor, you can go all the way to the chest. You really want to focus not to peel your body off the ground if you go all the way to the floor. Last one, midline tight, straight up. And there's our 45. Good job. Sit-ups are next. On this sit-up, we're focused on posture. So you can go bottoms of the feet together or bottoms of the feet on the floor. And begin. So you can drive your arms, sit straight up out of your sit bones at the top. In the bottom, reach your arms to overhead. Allow your head to rest back, even if just for a moment. Take that pressure off the neck and then drive through the arms, sitting tall, shoulders back and down. Very good. My line, I always say to people during sit-up workouts, how do you want your posture to look in 20 years or 10 years? Are you going to be hunched forward? Are you going to sit tall? That's 30 seconds. I'm inviting you all to sit tall and stand tall. So that's where we're training our bodies. Keep that breathing consistent. Good. 1 to 2 more. 2, 1, and transition. Mountain climbers. All right, traditionally we go up on the hands. If you want a little bit more challenge and a break off those wrists, come onto the forearms. 2, 1, here we go. So obviously on the forearms, you have a little less space to bring that knee up. Challenges the midline a little bit differently. And depending upon your body, maybe it doesn't work to be down the forearms, but just an option. And on these mountain climbers, again, I'm always a fan of speed, of control before speed, looking to keep the hips as level as you can, breathing as you move. There's 30 seconds. If you want a little bit longer break before those squats of round 2, go ahead and come out now. Otherwise, 5 more seconds, and we'll have a 15-second break. 2, 1, transition. Woo! All right, these rest breaks are going to go fast in between rounds. Feel free to change the weight or keep it the same. Round 2 in 3, 2, 1. As always, if you're not quite ready, need a little bit more time, get to make that adjustment for yourself. If you're on the video recording, you always have that option to just hit pause. Very nice. This is set 2 of 4, so we're looking to maintain that consistency. Ideally be able to hold the same pace of set 1, or if you paced well and want to speed it up a little bit, by all means. There's our 30 seconds, friends. Eyes up, chest up. Consistent breathing. Good, keep driving that chest tall as you stand out of that squat, and rest. Woo! Burpees. All righty. In position, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Support through those wrists. Wide handprint. Squeeze those glutes to pull yourself up vertical. Many are choosing the step technique here today. That's fantastic. If you do want to start to jump to the feet, hold strong in your lower abdomen and think about sending your hips straight up towards the ceiling and trying to float the feet towards your hands. That's 30 seconds. Jumping to the feet is going to be a little bit more demanding on the low back. So make sure that's appropriate for your body. 2, 1, rotate. Sit-ups. All right, resting all the way back, head touches, arms reach up to overhead. 2, 1, here we go. Think about pulling that belly button in, kind of flattening that low back into the floor as you sit tall or as you come up. Just like when we focus on our lower abdomen for those leg raises and tuck-ups. Similar mechanics here for the sit-up. You still roll that lower spine into the floor as you sit tall. Chin in, that's 30 seconds. A lot of times I call it the chicken neck. You'll see people here at the top of the sit-up, head protruding forward. So lengthen. How tall can you sit? Up out of those bones. You call them your sit bones. For final 1, 2, 1, and rotate. Mountain climbers. Alrighty. Either up on the hands or down on the forearms. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Once you know the movement, bring your gaze right between the arms, head neutral. Trying to keep the hips fairly level. Same idea that we talked about on the burpees, right? If you want to jump your feet back and forth, it's going to be more demanding on the breathing system and also more demanding on your structural system, and that, especially that low back and hips area. So totally fine to do it. Just make sure it works for you. That's 30 seconds. Whew. Continue to lift up. Don't let yourself collapse down between the shoulders. Continue to breathe. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. There's 2 down, 2 to go. 15 seconds. We back to the third set of squats. Same weights or different weights. Set the feet and begin. You can always take a whole round off as well. If you rest for a round, it's a 4-minute break. Or if you rest for a full exercise, you'll get a full minute rest. Lots of ways to adjust. Key piece is try to stay positive. And most importantly, move your body well. Good work. 30 seconds done. Fantastic. When workouts start to get tough, I try to just stay present and focus on just one more rep over and over, just one at a time. Mentally, it's easier to get through. And there's your final one. Good, rest. Getting ready for burpees. Nice deep breath. 2, 1, and begin. Burpees are one that people either love or they hate. So try to find that middle ground. If we don't like it, it's usually because it challenges us. So sometimes we don't always know how to embrace that challenge. Burpees are hard. Gets our breathing up. Gets our heart rate up. There's 30 seconds. And it challenges that mindset where you start to ask, why am I doing this? It's that satisfaction that you get when you're done. And the long-term benefits of having a stronger, healthier body. And rest. Sit-ups. Set 3. Taking it back. 2, 1, and here we go. Good place to recover here on these sit-ups. Need to rest a little bit longer on the floor. Continue to focus on that posture, pulling those shoulders back. Very good. Beautiful. 30 seconds done, 15 more to go. And we're going to think about pulling that low back into the floor. And even as I lower, I think about kind of sequentially trying to lower down a little bit of control. 2, 1, transition. Alrighty, into round 3. Back with those mountain climbers. Next time we're here, we'll be into our final set. Nice wide handprint going in 3, 2, 1, either up on the hands or down on the forearms. You go back to the hands the last 2 rounds. Good work. Hips and shoulders nice and level. Lifting up through the mid body. And those of you that are pretty hypermobile or double jointed in those elbows, just make sure you're not sitting into those joints. Make sure you give a little play through those elbows. They're not designed just to hold all your upper body weight. Use the muscles. That's 30 seconds. Woo! Keep that breathing going. Feel that midline firing. Keep lifting up and breathe. Like you have those guidelines lifting you up towards the sky. 2, 1, and our final rotation into round 4. All right, get ready. Bye. Have a great rest of your day. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 4th and final round. So depending upon your body, depending upon your week, your energy levels, all of it, You could really push it out here. Kind of push that edge, try to move just a little bit faster, but still having control, or just stay strong and steady. Woo! And you can almost start to treat it like a little bit of a cool down if you'd like, where you just kind of slow it down, pause in the top. That's 30 seconds in. That's the route I'm going to take. Good. Maybe one or two more. Control down, stand, and 3, 2, 1. Final transition to burpees. Woo! All right. Getting ready in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Strong base support. Either full push-up or no push-up. If you're stepping the feet, alternating, one foot steps backing up, and then the other foot steps backing up. As you come up to your feet, try to get all the way into your heels before you stand. Hips nice and high. People tend to come up on those toes. It's a little bit harder on the knees if you just get into those heels. That's 30 seconds. Awesome work. We're almost there. Woo! And that's 45. All right, final set of sit-ups. Taking it down, taking it back. 3, 2, 1. Launch off. Same idea, either stay steady or finish strong. Most importantly, keep your thoughts nurturing to yourself, supportive. Be a friend. Be your own little invisible friend in your head that says, great job, keep on moving. That's 30 seconds. I know I speak for myself when I say we can be our own worst enemy. So it's a constant, I won't even say battle. It's just an opportunity to build that relationship. Last one, everyone, there's 45. All right, that leaves us down to the final mountain climbers. All right, good focus, nice wide handprint. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Climbing the mountain. One foot in front of the other. Keep that head nice and neutral, looking straight between the hands. That's our first 15 seconds. Grip the finger pads down if you're up on the wrist or on the palms. Activating those fingers and kind of gripping them down activates the arches of the hand. 30 seconds done. We have arches in our hand, just like when we talk about the arches of the feet. And when those arches are activated, it takes the load off the wrist and transfers it into the muscles. So that's what we want to think about, gripping the fingers down. And there's your 45. Woo, all done. Nice job. It's going to come off your hands for a second. Shake out those arms. And let's actually make our way up to our feet. We'll finish down on the floor, but let's come on off our legs and arms for a while. Do a couple cool down stretches standing. Well done. All right, once you get a drink of water, we're going to make our way to a wall or doorway. We're going to open up the upper chest and arms. So doorway or wall, pec stretch. I'm going to bring my arm to about 90 degrees, place it on the door of the wall. I like to step that inside leg forward, and I lean into it, keeping the front of the ribs tucked down, midline strong, and then turn your torso away so you're looking over your opposite shoulder. And this is where we give our attention to the breath. If you'd like to take your outstretched arm and get some mobility there, you can do some nice smooth shoulder circles where you reach in front of your body, reaching up and circling it back. We'll go about 3 rotations each direction. So I'll circle it back 3 times, and then I'll reverse that and start to bring it forward, still trying to pay attention to the arm that's against the wall or the door. All right, when you finish that, go ahead and come off the wall there. Same thing, other side. Place that forearm, inside foot steps forward, ribs down as you lean forward, and then gently turn away, peering over your outstretched arm and opposite shoulder. And then when you're ready, circle that outside arm around if you like. 2 to 3 forward, and then 2 to 3 back, except that I'm going back first, so whichever way. Good, reverse when you're ready. Fantastic, go ahead and come off there. Next, we want to open up those hip flexors fairly well. I'm going to come down into a lunge. If you prefer to stay off your knees, you can mock me from like a standing stagger position. Otherwise, let's bring your left knee down or left foot back. We're going to take both arms, reach up to overhead, lifting up out of those hips. You're going to translate your back hip forward. Fire the glute of that trail leg. And then go ahead and grab the wrist of your left hand and then bend towards the right. Very good. Fire the glute of that left hip. Squeeze it as you side bend. And come on up out of that. Shake it out. Same thing, other side. Opposite knee down or foot back. Step that other one forward, reaching up. So first thing we're going to do is lift up out of those hips. Shift that hip forward, keeping the weight still on the front foot on that heel. And then we'll grab the wrist of your right hand and taking it towards your left. Firing the bum on the right as you bend towards the left. Make sure you keep your left heel firmly planted, gripping those toes down. One more breath here and release. All right, we're going to go back to the first side. Those of you that are standing, you may need to try to come down for this or just get creative on the modification. So we'll go back to your first leg. We're going to bring your inside elbow on the inside of the knee, and then you're going to gently slide down the shin, hovering by the instep. This is where you can kind of bring a yoga block into the picture and support your hands or arms on the yoga block if it feels too uncomfortable to come all the way down. Couple breaths here, and then we're going to go into our reach backs. So I'm going to support on my right hand to start. I'm going to take my left hand, walk those fingers underneath the right leg. See how far you can reach there. And then you're going to reach out, follow your hand with your eyes as you reach up towards the ceiling. Get a nice twist in the torso. 3 times there. Walk that hand back under the leg. Rotate away. Follow with the gaze. Good. Once more. Breathe in as you walk that hand under. And exhale as you rotate. Let's get one more breath and you hold that open position. And switch. We're going to do the same thing with the opposite hand. So now either on the floor or on your block, your left hand supports down, and you take your right hand, walk it underneath your other arm, and now we lift up and rotate on this side. 3 times there. Following that hand with your gaze throughout. Fantastic. Once you finish 3 times there, we're going to switch sides. Opposite leg comes forward. And we start with the elbow on the inside of the knee, sliding down the leg, hovering by the instep, using the block or a pillow as needed. Just take a moment here, allow the outer hip to open. And then when you're ready, we'll start with your right hand, walking it underneath your left leg. 3 times each side. Make sure you pause in that open position. That's where you really make the money on this movement, meaning the money is your body benefits with that rotational work. Inviting our body to open and switching arms when you're ready. Your left hand walks underneath that right arm, and then you lift up and rotate there. So a couple from the side. Very good. All right, once you finish those rotations, you're gonna come out of that lunge position, and then we're gonna make our way onto our back to finish out. And we are gonna do a little bit of rotation through the upper back and lower back if you do want your block around. All righty, let's go ahead and come on, I said back, but let's come on to the side, and we'll start with that quad stretch, grabbing the foot, pulling the heel towards the glute. Stretch those quads back out after those squats. I don't mind, feel a lot looser at this point in time. Sometimes you aren't tight now, but you may notice it later on today, tomorrow. Some people, it takes about 48 hours before they notice the muscles they worked. So once the body starts to talk to you, ask what stretches might help this area. Go ahead and release and swing it around. Same thing other side. You don't have to get down on your yoga mat to stretch. You can pause. You know, when I worked my corporate job, I always utilized anytime I went to the bathroom to do a couple squats, do a couple stretches. Those of you that know me can only imagine how antsy I was to be at a desk and under fluorescent lights for 8-10 hours a day. That did not suit me well. But I got creative as best I could. Go ahead and release there, and now we'll come onto the back. I am definitely aware that that phase of my life kind of gave me a little glimpse of what it's like when you're just trying to be healthy in a corporate work environment. It's definitely the challenges. All right, on your back, begin with that double knee to chest. Go ahead and hug the legs in and gently rock your body side to side. But when there are challenges, there's also opportunities. We did fun things like have water challenges with the people in the office, and we just tried to move as a group a little bit more. Tried to make it fun. All right, from that double knee to chest, arms out to the side. Let's go into 2 knee twists next. Bring the legs over to one side. Look over the opposite shoulder. And as many of you know, you don't have to work a corporate job to be busy and to have full days. If you're a parent, if you're a business owner, life can get full no matter what you have on your platter. It's easy to fill up. So we have to always watch what excuses we have, what reasons we have for neglecting the things that part of our mind and body and spirit and soul knows that we need. Movement, time outdoors, healthy food, water, quiet time. Alrighty, from that double knee to chest, or 2 knee twist rather, we're going to go into a glute stretch. So extend your left leg straight out. Pull that right knee towards the right shoulder, and then you're going to slide it across the body like you're trying to pull it across the left shoulder. Open up that glute on the right side. The biggest thing I talk to people about is, while, you know, these classes here are an hour in length, you don't need an hour to be effective. You know, little snacks of exercise, I've heard them call, where you think about, like I said, going to the bathroom. Even if you had kids or you worked at home, you could incorporate that. It doesn't have to be at a public bathroom. Go ahead and switch sides. Extend your right leg, pull the left knee to the left shoulder, and then sweep it across. You have children, try to make it fun when you're exercising, try to make it a game, going outside. You know, try to incorporate the kids, teach them how to move their bodies, get off their screen time every once in a while. Or hopefully not every once in a while, hopefully a lot of the time. All right, let's go back to the right side. We're going to move into that figure 4. Right foot on the left thigh. Hug that leg in. This will be our second to last stretch. And with this figure 4 here, we can turn it into a little combo movement if we'd like. Open up the sciatic nerve and hamstring area on the left leg. So to do that, you'll simply extend that left leg straight up, point the foot towards the ceiling, pull the toes back towards your face, and then bend that knee down and in. Take the time as you bend it down so you can continue to open up the hip on the right. And then just as that feels for your body, continue to do a couple more of those. Point the toes, lift the toes. Looking for any tense areas you feel along the back of the leg. On this left side, for me, it's in the back of the calf today. All right, when you're ready, same thing, second side. Left foot to the right thigh, hug that right leg in. And don't rush into anything with the right leg other than hugging it in, allowing the left side to open. Great time to close your eyes for a couple of breathing cycles. And then as you'd like, extending the right leg, point the foot, flex the foot, bringing them back towards the face. Woo, feeling that one this time, and bending it back down. A couple more as you choose. Very good. Hugging it in as you bend it in. Fantastic. And for the very last one, your choice. Happy baby, double kneaded chest. If you want to take it into a little bit of a plow position where you bring the feet over your head. And then you can finish right on your back in that corpse position. Good time to breathe. So I'll do a little combo here, a little happy baby. The plow position, as long as it's appropriate, it's a great one to open the back of the neck as long as you don't have too much stiffness there. You gently bring the feet over your head. Stretches that low back. And up and down, holding there as long as it feels comfortable. When you're all said and done, if you can take a couple extra minutes, flat on the back, shoulder blades back and down, and just take a moment to yourself. All righty, everybody, I'm going to leave you with that moment to yourself. Thank you for being here today. Moving your body, stay hydrated, spread some joy, and don't forget to have some fun.